Alright, so we've just been called out to a defect on an FOLCB overhead mains box. Just have a look inside this one here. Power company's already taken it off for us, and it's pretty burnt inside there. You can see there how it's been getting so hot, and if you look at the solar sticker on the side, it's even bobbled up. That's how hot it's been getting. So yeah, so we've just inspected the cable. We've got neutral screen, 6mm neutral screen up there. So we've tested at the main switchboard. Seems to be it's all pretty good there as well. We've got a main switch. So while we're here and the power's off, we're going to change that to a 40 amp current limiter and pull that main switch out while we're here. And I'll just take you through a few things what you need to replace this mains box. Alright, so we've got our mains box, 80 amp. It's 100 amp actually, this one. So that's that. We're going to use a bit of red and black heat shrink for our 6mm neutral screen. So we'll cut it off, all the old cables there where it's all been burnt, and we'll re-terminate so it's all nice and new again. Bit of black tape to wrap around the base where it forks out, the neutral and the active. Couple of new screws. They've already taken the screws out, so you need a couple of metal threads so we can actually screw this mains box back on the riser bracket. We've got silicone and fire cork and a heat gun and your tools. That's pretty much all you need to be able to re-terminate and install a mains box. Alright, so I don't have another solar warning sticker with me right now, so I'm just prizing this one off. And we're just going to stick it back on the side. Bit of silicone. And we're just going to sit that back on the side of it. We'll let that go off. We'll go up top now on the pole and do the rest. Okay, so just going to pull out some of this neutral screen. So I'm not even really pulling that very hard, so we've got plenty of slack in the roof here. So I'm just going to cut the end off. We'll put our little rubber ring on first. Slide that down like so. Couple of metal threads. One Allen key, one Phillips head. Gotta love that. So I'm just going to go and change your screw. Right, so I don't have any metal threads to fit, but I have some metric screws, and I've also got a tap. It's an M5. So I'm going to tap these threads, and I'm just going to use my battery drill. So there's my tap to tap new threads. Bit of WD, a little bit of lubricant, and we're just going to create our own thread. So it'll get tight, and then you've got to back it off and forward and back. Make sure your clutch is set up on it. If I force it too much, it'll just snap your tap. So you just got to keep going forward and back. Till it goes all the way through. That's one done. That's another one done. That's almost all the way up. Now I'll do the other one before it gets too tight. So I can still move the mains box around to line up my hole. So now we've gone from an imperial thread to metric. So that's our mains box. Mounted now. You can use a little T-wrench for this tap, or if you get good, you can actually use your battery drill, but just make sure you use the clutch setting, because if it's too tight, it'll just spin it and snap it. So now we've got it mounted on. We'll put our little plastic covers to protect the mounting holes. Just push them on. That's done. Now we can cut our neutral screen. So, and because the cable's fairly small, I'll be able to double this over. When I'm stripping it, I'm actually pressing my hand onto my other hand, so if I do slip, both my hands will go at the moment. Then put my hand above it. So I'm just taking that outer insulation off, strip it all the way back. And that's our neutral screen, because the neutral is wrapping around the internal active. So I'm just going to split the end of it. Try and keep it all together. So now I've got all the strands, and just unwind it back. That cloth just comes straight off. So here I'm just going to Grab it with my pliers and just twist it all up. So we get a nice twist on that neutral. So that's all good through there now. So what I'll do is just slide on some heat shrink. Right to the very end, and then I've got enough here, I can double that over into this neutral terminal. And I'm also going to do the active as well. Slide that up. Bit of wind, love it. Alright, so that's our heat shrink done, and then I'm just going to put a bit of black tape just in the fork of our cable, just through between them, and then wrap around it. Just looks nice and neat. Now I can strip my active. Double it over. So both cables have been doubled over now. Push that back in. Neutral. Just work your way around, and the active, just got to press through the real bit of rubber protection at the top, push it all the way through, and I want to be able to see copper at the top and a bit of copper at the bottom, which I can. And then just go over it with a Phillips head. Make sure it's nice and tight. It's pretty much how fires start all the time, from loose connections. So just make sure they're all nice and firm. Can't pull them out, so that's all good. Now I'll put some fire cork on the internal part here. Bit of fire seal here. That's all full. Bit of spit so it doesn't stick to my fingers. Just press it all the way around. And now I'm just going to put some silicone right across the back, so there's no way any water can get in at all. It's only as waterproof for these items, or any waterproof items, as much as you silicone it. So I got a good amount of silicone all the way around the back of it. It's all fire sealed all inside. That's pretty much about it, really. We can put our cover on, and then we'll go and check the switchboard, and we're going to replace our main switch to a current limiter on this one. While we're working, doing this type of work, just make sure you're always tying your ladder up, so there's no way that you can fall off, or when you climb down, the wind can take your ladder and throw it down on something and break something.